Keeping up with the sheer volume of AI product announcements right now is exhausting. If you work in an enterprise environment, you're likely overwhelmed by companies promising their new bots will fix your daily workflow. Salesforce has jumped in with an overhaul of its own. They just updated Slack with 30 new AI features. Slackbot is acting as an autonomous agent. Instead of sitting there as a passive search bar waiting for your query, it has the ability to take independent action. With this baseline update, the software can sift through your inbox, draft email responses, and schedule meetings on your calendar entirely on its own. To pull this off, Slackbot must be granted permission to continuously monitor your private inbox and calendar entries. It is a direct exchange. You're trading digital privacy for total workflow automation. To figure out if this update is actually worth your time, we have to cut through the marketing hype. We are going to evaluate these tools strictly on the immediate return on investment they offer your daily routine. Historically, Slack was a silo. Your conversations happened in the chat window, but your actual work happened in separate applications. Salesforce is bridging that gap using a technology called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. This diagram shows exactly how MCP works. You have Slack sitting as the central hub, acting as a nervous system by connecting outward to your external databases and enterprise apps. Because these systems can now talk, the AI can route work and pull data across different platforms entirely without human intervention. It uses Salesforce's Agentforce platform as the underlying engine to instantly calculate the most efficient path for your data to travel. You no longer have to manually copy a metric from your CRM, switch tabs, and paste it into a separate project management tool. Slack is setting itself up to be the invisible connective tissue running your entire daily workflow. Because this architecture links every database to a single automated agent, a mistake in one system is no longer isolated. It creates a new level of operational risk. It comes down to the old rule of garbage in, garbage out. This cascading flowchart shows the danger. If you have a single piece of inaccurate legacy data sitting forgotten in one app, the AI will pull it, use it, and corrupt an entire automated workflow in seconds. Because the AI moves so fast, you still need human oversight to verify the accuracy of the data it chooses to pull. The ultimate power of this tool is entirely dependent on how strictly your company maintains its internal data hygiene. To navigate these 30 features, let's look at this 2x2 quadrant chart. We are going to map the setup effort required on the bottom against the time-saving impact on the side. We will start with a common scenario. You zone out during a long meeting and miss your specific assignments. During or immediately after the call, you simply click the Slackbot recap command. The software immediately generates a full transcription, a concise summary of the discussion, and a bulleted list of your specific action items. The practical trade-off is that the AI cannot read the room. It misses sarcasm, subtle pushback, or unspoken human nuance. You have to manually double-check the tasks it assigns you to make sure vital context wasn't lost in translation. On our chart, meeting recaps land securely in the top left. It requires almost zero setup and saves you from rewatching a 30-minute recording. It is the easiest, lowest-risk entry point for immediate ROI. Next, we have a much more complex feature, reusable AI skills. An AI skill is a custom trigger you define to execute a repeatable, multi-step task. For example, you can type a simple command like, create a budget for the upcoming summit. In the background, the bot scours your Slack channels, pulls the necessary financial data from your connected apps, and builds a cohesive plan. Once the plan is ready, the bot independently checks the company directory and sends calendar invites to the relevant executives based purely on their job titles. To get that result, you have to invest a heavy amount of tedious upfront time building the skill parameters and refining the prompts so they execute properly every time. That necessary upfront work pushes this to the right side of our chart, landing in the medium-effort, high-impact zone. The initial setup will be frustrating, but once dialed in, it permanently automates repetitive project management tasks. The most controversial capability in this update is desktop monitoring. To use this, you have to explicitly opt in and grant Slackbot permission to monitor your activities entirely outside of the Slack application. The AI constantly reads highly sensitive data. It watches your active sales deals, your private calendar events, and your personal daily work habits. With that constant context, the bot will proactively draft follow-up emails and suggest actionable tasks before you even realize you need to do them. The trade-off here is significant. You are granting the software continuous surveillance of your professional desktop in exchange for proactive assistance. If you choose to enable this, locking down permissions becomes an urgent daily necessity to prevent the AI from oversharing sensitive work. On our final evaluation chart, desktop monitoring sits on the extreme right edge. The management effort is high, and the impact is high. Slack is offering extreme frictionless automation, but its true value entirely depends on your willingness to trade away your digital privacy to get it.